Boys and girls, in the year of 2025, I have made north of $400,000 as a remote closer. And now before you call me a scammer, before you say, hey, what course is this guy selling me? Here are my bank statements. Here's the commission sheets. Here's the transactions. Relax, okay? You can have a look there. Now, as well, to clarify, this was working for another company. This was not working for myself. This was not selling my own program, my own course. That was for another company as well. And you can see in the bank statement who I've been paid by, okay? Not myself. Anyway, now this video here is to just talk about this year as a remote closer, what it entailed. So then that way that if you're looking to become a remote closer yourself, if you're looking to build a great skill set, if you're looking to have financial freedom, maybe you can learn a thing or two from this and then you can take it on your path. So what is remote closing? For those who don't know, essentially you're just the salesperson for online education companies, online high-ticket companies selling high-ticket services or programs, information, and you just take the sales call that they're booking in from either appointment setting or from running paid ads. You take the sales call, you close a deal, you get 10% commission essentially. That is all you do, all right? It's on Zoom, so I sit here at my laptop all day in my apartment. Work remotely from wherever you want in the world. You can travel. I've lived in Bali, Vietnam, Thailand, Australia, Dubai, and you can do it from wherever. And to talk about how the year's actually gone. So the year started off very, very bad. It started off January. The first half of January, I was starting on a new offer. I was about a month into it, still in an onboarding and ramp up phase. The first half of January was terrible. I was actually very close to losing the offer I sell on right now. I had a meeting with my sales manager who spoke about my numbers, and she pretty much said, like, if things don't change, obviously we're going to have to make some changes. In other words, if things don't change, you don't pick up your slack, you're gone, essentially, which is obviously the beauty of sales. You can obviously, just like that, if you don't perform, you're not making money, if you're not making the business profitable, you will lose your role. And that's the pressure it creates, which is a good thing. It makes you grow, it makes you become better. Anyway, midway through January, we realized that, because my close rate was fine, it was my cash collected and stuff that was a problem. Midway through January, we realized there was a problem with my calendar. There was a technical problem where I wasn't actually able to get bookings in from like beyond 11 a.m. my time zone. And what that meant was for the first half of January, I wasn't getting bookings in that time slot, and my calendar efficiency was cooked. I wasn't making much money. I think it was like the 18th of January, we fixed that. So for the first 18 days of January, I made fuck all money. And then the last 12 days of January, I absolutely printed. I was making like $2,000 a day for that time period, $1,000 to $2,000 a day. I was pretty much closing all my calls. And I ended up finishing January top of the leaderboard in the sales team. So 2 weeks before that, I had almost lost my position. And then 2 weeks later, I was top of the company, got bonuses for finishing top, and I was crushing. And then from there, we went into February, and the momentum did not stop. It was just me, another closer, and the sales manager had some time off during that month. So we were just getting packed with bookings, double booked every single day. And I ended up making 51,000 Australian dollars that month as well, which is still my record month to this day. And it was pretty crazy. Like every day I was pretty much making anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 in a day, which is nuts to say. Especially at that time. Obviously I've been doing this for a while now and it's pretty normal, but 12 months ago when I was doing that, I was like, wow, like this is fucking ridiculous. Like I'm making a lot of money every single day. I'm making sometimes my old weekly salary, sometimes almost my old monthly salary in a day. And took home 51,000 Australian dollars that month, which is pretty nuts. And then from there, March, April, May, June, July, it did drop off a little bit. I think once I hit 51, like I worked so hard for it, I sacrificed a lot for it the 12 months prior. And I was just like, I was then making anywhere from 25,000 one month when I had some time off in Bali to like 40,000 maximum. And I think I was content with it. I was like, all right, like this is fine. I'm working 5-6 hours a day, getting up early, working to like 1-2 p.m. Australian time, 6 days a week. I'm making great money. I'm learning a great skill set, part of a great team. I was also playing semi-professional soccer at the time. And I was just like, yeah, like this is fine for me. Then from there, it got to August and I headed over to Dubai. That's where I'm living right now. I've just moved here. And being in Dubai, naturally, I see luxury. Naturally, there's people here with a lot more money than me. Naturally, I feel insecure about my finances and about my level of income. And I was like, all right, like we need to ramp this up. So August, finish off the month very strong. Once I come to Dubai, I had a day where I made like $6,000 in a day, which is one of my record days in sales, I believe. I think it could still even be my record to this day. I don't know. It's been a wild year with some pretty cool days. Yesterday I just made like $4,500. So yeah. Anyway, I digress. September, I had a couple of weeks off. I went and traveled in Vietnam. I went and traveled in Thailand with my mates. Didn't worry about sales for a couple of weeks. So I had a quieter September. Although I worked 2 weeks of September, and I still made like $30,000, $25,000 anyway. So it wasn't too bad for a couple of weeks work. And then October, I ended up making 45,000 Australian dollars from sales alone. I made a little bit more on top of that with my business on the side as well. November, same thing. I had a solid month, almost I think 40K that month. And then December as well, it hasn't been quiet. I think we're 16 days into December, and I don't even know. We're at maybe 30K for the month already. So yeah, since coming to Dubai, income has picked up. The level of work ethic, the volume, amount of calls we're taking, amount of sales we're making has picked up naturally through changing environment. And throughout doing this for the entire year, we've made a little bit of money. Let's just say that. And we're north of $400,000 for the year now in terms of income that has come in. And yeah, it's been my first ever crazy year in entrepreneurship. And 12 months ago, I was just starting on this offer. The 12 months prior, I'd been getting kicked in the nuts in entrepreneurship. I didn't make a whole lot of money in my first year in entrepreneurship. It was a struggle. It was a grind. It was full of self-doubt, lack of belief in myself, limiting beliefs. And I'm very fucking grateful that I went through that first 12 months to get to this place now where I'm not where I want to be financially. I'm not a millionaire yet. I am on my way there. But my net worth is multiple six figures. I have a good investment portfolio, which will take care of myself for the future. Partner doesn't need to work. My income is not dropping anytime soon. I'm starting to build a business, which is creating an impact bigger than just money, because I'm helping guys like myself do remote sales as well, which has been very, very fulfilling to do when I've seen some of my students get some great results. And we're in a really good position. Great network. Great setup financially as well, with setup in Dubai. And this is the power of learning remote sales. This is the power of having an online income. This is the power of learning how to sell and putting yourself out there, taking risk, backing yourself, going all in. And I am a massive believer that anyone can do this. All right. 2 years ago, I was working as a blue collar worker, playing some professional soccer, working as a referee. I didn't know any of this was even possible at that point in time. I was reading financial literacy books. I was studying, but I didn't think in 2 years' time I could make $500,000 almost in 1 year, right? Which is pretty crazy for me to say at this point in time. So I'm no better than you. I'm no more special than you. I just simply took a risk, backed myself, was stupid enough to think I was able to do this, and I proved myself right. And for the person watching this who has that same hunger, they know they're meant for more, they know they can become more, they've tried building a business and failed, they're working in a job that doesn't align with them, you can become more, you can do more, you can learn new things, you can get help, you can invest into yourself and take risk. And if you do those things, and if you follow through and you don't give up, you go through the trenches, you go through the hard times, which entrepreneurship will give you starting out. It's no easy ride. You can start to build the life you really want. All right, I'm living proof of it. If I can do this, anyone can. I promise you that. So that has been my year this year in 2025. How I've made north of $400,000. If you've enjoyed, subscribe. If you would like to work with me, if you'd like to speak with me one-on-one personally and ask for some help, there is a booking link down below. You can watch the free training, book in a call if you would like. It's up to you. And I will see you in the next video.